Once, in ancient times, Lord Buddha, accompanied by his chief disciple, Anandathero, went out for alms in the early morning. As they walked along a quiet road, Anandathero walked faithfully beside the Buddha, as he always did. That morning, they encountered an unexpected sight. A woman, dressed as a prostitute, was approaching them from the opposite direction. Shocked and disturbed, Anandathero thought to himself, "How dare such a sinful woman come so boldly in front of the enlightened Lord Buddha?" Troubled by her presence, Anandathero turned to the Buddha and suggested, "Lord Buddha, let us take another path to avoid her." But the Buddha, calm and serene as always, declined and continued walking forward with great kindness and compassion in his heart. As they walked further, they encountered another person, a bhikkhuni, a female monk. She bowed deeply to the Buddha, placing her palms together in reverence, her devotion apparent. Once again, the Buddha continued forward with the same kindness and composure, showing no outward sign of special treatment. Anandathero was perplexed. Why did the Buddha treat these two women, the sinful prostitute and the virtuous bhikkhuni, in the same way? Shouldn't he have shown more consideration to the bhikkhuni? The thought lingered in Anandathero's mind throughout the day, filling him with doubt and unease. Finally, unable to hold back any longer, he approached the Buddha and asked, "My dear Lord, why did you act in such a way? Shouldn't a virtuous bhikkhuni be shown more respect than a sinful prostitute?" The Buddha, remaining silent for a moment, gazed at Ananda with great compassion. Then he gently asked, "Ananda, tell me, who do you think will go to heaven and who will go to hell, this prostitute or the bhikkhuni?" Confident in his judgment, Anandathero replied, "Lord Buddha, the bhikkhuni, who appears virtuous and pure, surely deserves heaven. But the prostitute, committing sinful acts, is destined for hell." The Buddha smiled and said, "Ananda, your judgment is mistaken. It is the prostitute who will ascend to heaven, and the bhikkhuni who will descend to hell." Startled, Anandathero asked, "Lord Buddha, how can this be? Please explain." With his infinite wisdom, the Buddha replied, "Ananda, the prostitute may live a sinful life outwardly due to her occupation, but her heart remains pure. She harbors no hatred or ill will toward anyone. If someone scolds her, she does not respond with anger. Her thoughts are free of malice, and her mind is filled with purity and humility. The bhikkhuni, however, despite living in the temple and observing precepts, secretly nurtures hateful thoughts. She holds resentment and anger in her heart. Her mind is not free from impurities. Even though she appears virtuous outwardly, it is the state of her mind that will determine her path after death." The Buddha concluded, "Remember, Ananda, it is not merely our actions that define us, but the purity of our thoughts and intentions. True virtue comes from within." Moral of the story: judgment based on appearances is often misleading. True virtue lies not in outward actions, but in the purity of one's heart and thoughts. Always strive to cultivate kindness, compassion, and a pure mind.